Section 45 of the Fables of Pilpay. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Fables of Pilpay by Anonymous, translated by Abdullah Ibn al-Muqaffa and Joseph Harris. Fable 4. The Adventures of Zirac. I was born, said Zirac, and lived many years in the city of India called Marut, where I made a choice of a place to reside in that seemed to be the habitation of silence itself, that I might live without disturbance. Here I enjoyed long the greatest earthly felicity, and tasted the sweets of a quiet life in the company of some other rats, honest creatures of my own humour. There was also in our neighbourhood, I must inform you, a certain device, who every day remained idly in his habitation, while his companion went a-begging. He constantly, however, ate a part of what the other brought home, and kept the remainder for his supper. But when he sat down to his second meal, he never found his dish in the same condition that he left it. For while he was in his garden, I always filled my belly and constantly called my companions to partake with me, who were no less mindful of their duty to nature than myself. The dervice, on this, constantly finding his pittance diminished, flew out at length into a great rage, and looked into his books for some receipt or some engine to apprehend us. But all that availed him nothing. I was still more cunning than he. One unfortunate day, however, one of his friends, who had been a long journey, entered into his cell to visit him, and, after they had dined, they fell into a discourse concerning travel. This dervice, our good purveyor, among other things, asked his friend what he had seen that was the most rare and curious in his travels. To whom the traveller began to recount what he had observed most worthy remark. But as he was studying to give him a description of the most delightful places through which he had passed, the dervice still interrupted him from time to time with the noise which he made by clapping his hands one against the other and stamping with his foot against the ground to fright us away. For indeed we made frequent sallies upon his provision, never regarding his presence nor his company. At length the traveller, taking it in dudgeon that the dervice gave so little ear to him, told him, in downright terms, that he did ill to detain him there, to trouble him with telling stories he did not attend to, and make a fool of him. Heaven forbid, replied the dervice, altogether surprised, that I should make a fool of a person of your merit. I beg your pardon for interrupting you, but there is in this place a nest of rats that will eat me up to the very ears before they have done. And there is one above the rest so bold that he even has the impudence to come and bite me by the toes as I lie asleep, and I know not how to catch the felonious devil. The traveller, on this, was satisfied with the dervice's excuses, and replied, Certainly there is some mystery in this. This accident brings to my mind a remarkable story, which I will relate to you, provided that you will hearken to me with a little better attention. End of section 45, read by Alan Mapstone.